were things so horrible, so terrifying, so hideous.
A caveman loose in a modern home.
Johnny, the introduction of electric vehicles must be a godsend for the world, surely. Well, on the face of it, it would seem, Johnny, but I'm not sure we get the full story on what's actually behind the making of a bloody electric car. What do you mean by that? I reckon we only get told the good bits, Johnny, and that's so that we all feel really good about it. When in actual fact, it's going to do fuck all for the environment.
The environmental argument assumes that changing petrol and diesel cars to electric will help save the planet, and that's why it's so important. But it won't. Pretty quickly, I realised I was missing the big picture, and it seems most people, and indeed governments, are too. Though in the latter's case, deliberately so.
Oh, Johnny, why would they not be telling us the whole story? Why would they? Well, you're still going to make the bloody things, Johnny. You're still going to dig up the iron ore and bloody get all this bloody battery stuff. Have a look at this.
Climate action is the new buzzword, and why wouldn't it be? One world is all we have, and our world is at risk. Countries, corporates, and citizens claim to be doing all they can to save the planet from climate change. Green energy is being floated as one of the top solutions. We are replacing coal with hydropower, fossil fuels with solar energy, petrol and diesel cars with electric vehicles. EVs are being pitched as cleaner, greener, and sustainable. But are they?
The three most common concerns regarding EVs are: 1. Doesn't manufacturing an electric car produce loads of emissions? 2. Is mining for lithium bad for the environment? And 3. Isn't it more efficient to burn fossil fuels directly in a conventional car rather than using them to generate grid electricity to charge EVs?
The rubber and the bloody all that sort of stuff and do the whole fucking vehicle, and it's all got to come from somewhere and be dug up somehow. What about the batteries, Johnny? Have a look at this.
This is lithium. Pretty soon, we're going to need a lot of it.
Yes.
It's centered around the largest consumer electronics product to date, electric vehicles. And pretty soon, we're going to need a lot of them. The UK, for example, has committed to banning internal combustion car sales by 2030. To replace its 31.5 million vehicles, about 236,000 metric tons of lithium carbonate are needed. To produce 236,000 metric tons of lithium carbonate, every lithium mine in the world would have to devote its output to this one use for 9 months. And there are a whole lot more countries, a whole lot more lithium applications, and a whole lot more growth in the forecast.
Oh, Jesus!
236,000 metric tons of lithium carbonate are needed.
Johnny, are you trying to tell me and everybody out there that the governments are withholding certain information because they reckon we won't like it? Well, we should be getting the whole story, Johnny, the whole story about how they're going to make this electric car, and not just give us all the great. Have a look at this bloody ripping car. It's a bloody beauty. It'll go to 0 to 100 in 5.4 seconds or some such bullshit. And they don't say, just remember though, we've got to dig up all the minerals and we're going to have little kids working in African mines, getting all the battery stuff. But if you don't worry about that, then this bloody car's going to be a ripper. Well, what are you going to do about it, you smart ass?
An electric car runs on battery, you know that. But do you know what these batteries are made of? Rare metals like lithium and cobalt. The Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's zoom into this country. DR Congo is the second largest country in Africa. Its GDP is around $49 billion. Congo is synonymous with conflict, poverty, and corruption. Beneath the country's red earth is the world's largest deposit of cobalt. 92 million people live here. Some 2 million depend on cobalt production. Artisanal mines are unregulated. Labor laws do not apply here. Neither do safety protocols. These mines produce 20 to 30% of Congo's cobalt. Some 200,000 miners work in these mines. At least 40,000 of them are children, some as young as 6. These children flirt with death daily. They enter vertical tunnels. Most of them are too narrow for adults to enter. Inside, it's like a furnace. The children dig for cobalt under inhuman conditions. Sometimes they have shovels, but mostly they dig with their bare hands. They have no masks, no gloves, no work clothes, and sometimes just 20 minutes worth of oxygen. But these young children go on for hours.
It seems we all like to live in this sort of dream world, Johnny, where we, in the back of our mind, that we've got this feeling that we're doing the right thing, when actually we're not doing anything at all, and we're just being told a whole lot of bloody bullshit.
But a CNN investigation has uncovered a very dirty secret. Children working in dark and dangerous conditions where the battery's key component is mined. Well, CNN award-winning.
But many studies report that on average, manufacturing a conventional car releases about 7 tons of greenhouse gas emissions. This is actually roughly the same for EVs, if we don't include the battery. But if we do include the battery, we can see that electric vehicle production can have more than double the greenhouse gas emissions for manufacture. According to a 2019 study by the Swedish Energy Agency, the materials extraction, transport and manufacture of a lithium-ion battery emits 60 to 150 kilograms CO2 equivalent per kilowatt-hour of battery capacity.
Millions of trees are destroyed in the name of renewable energy. It also claims that renewables are as bad as fossil fuels. And this is from environmentalists.
It takes an incredible amount of energy to mine and process all of the materials that go into building something like this. You use more fossil fuels to do this than you're getting benefit from it. You would have been better off just burning the fossil fuels in the first place.
Or not told anything at all. Whether it's bullshit or not, you're just not told anything.
We'll check the claims and show a much larger cover-up, the hidden reason that the world has failed to reduce carbon emissions and is heading for catastrophe.
I mean, are these wind farms, are they or what they cracked up to be? And what happens to the bloody great big things when they've served their natural life? Do we burn them? Do we bury them? What the bloody hell do we do with the bloody things? Alright, smartass, why aren't they telling us these so-called secrets? I reckon, Johnny, it's that old adage that the governments use where they say, we'll just tell the people a certain amount of information, just enough to keep them sort of thinking that they're informed. Yes, that's right. Really? When actually we're withholding a lot of information that would bring a different outcome if they knew what the fucking hell was actually going on. Oh, Johnny, why would they not be telling us the whole story? Why would they want to do that?
Now, you know that Joe Biden all the time is saying, it's Putin's price hikes. It's Putin who's hiking these prices. Is he though? Or are those prices being hiked because of centralised financial power and monopolising forces that have been ramping up for many a long year now and are reaching some kind of apex point currently?
So are you saying if more things were brought to our attention, we'd actually be able to solve these problems? Is that what you're saying, Johnny?